Now, B, it's been 10 years.
10 years.
How does it feel being back?
It feels surreal because my daughter's here.
And Blue looks so beautiful.
She looks so beautiful. This is it's incredible to be able to share it with her. And I think she looks so incredible.
She looks so beautiful. I'm like, we could learn some red carpet tips from Blue.
Absolutely.
The way she's posing, I'm like,
she was ready.
She was.
Baby, everybody was hyping up Blue Ivy's big Met Gala entrance at just 14 years old, calling her the definition of elegance and celebrity royalty the second she stepped onto that carpet. Social media completely exploded with praise, and fans couldn't stop talking about how polished and confident she looked. But the excitement quickly turned into controversy after critics started accusing Beyoncé of pushing Blue into the spotlight way too early. A lot of people online are now claiming Beyoncé allegedly bent certain rules behind the scenes just to make sure her daughter could attend the exclusive event, while others are even accusing her of treating Blue more like a brand than a teenager. And honestly, fans started connecting the dots after noticing how Beyoncé kept bringing Blue up in several interviews beforehand, constantly saying she was ready. Ready for what exactly? That's the question everybody is suddenly asking now as the backlash keeps getting louder. She's ready. That's the phrase Beyoncé kept repeating, and fans immediately started side-eyeing the situation because everybody knows Beyoncé rarely gives interviews or opens up publicly. So the moment she suddenly began speaking so confidently about Blue Ivy stepping into bigger spaces, people started wondering if this was all part of a much larger plan. A lot of fans now believe Beyoncé could be carefully preparing Blue for a major spotlight takeover, just like people have been speculating for months. And apparently, it's not only social media users questioning what's happening behind the scenes. Rumors are now swirling that even Beyoncé's own father, Matthew Knowles, allegedly feels things may be going too far. Which honestly sounds shocking considering Matthew basically created the ultimate stage parent formula during the Destiny's Child era. But insiders claim even he supposedly thinks Blue's exposure is becoming excessive, hinting that there may be way more happening privately than the public realizes. And once Blue Ivy officially arrived at the Met Gala, the internet completely lost its mind. The biggest issue? Her age. People instantly pointed out that Blue is only 14 years old, despite the Met Gala enforcing a strict 18 and over policy since 2018. Organizers originally introduced the rule because the event is considered an adults-only fundraiser filled with mature environments, high-profile celebrities, and priceless artwork that requires heavy protection. Honestly, many people understood the reasoning because the Met Gala has never exactly been viewed as a kid-friendly event. In fact, several younger stars have reportedly been denied access in previous years simply for not meeting the age requirement. But according to critics online, none of those rules seem to apply this time around. Then there's the money conversation. Reports claim that anyone not personally placed on the guest list would normally have to spend around $100,000 just to secure attendance. But even having money isn't enough because entry still requires approval from Anna Wintour herself. That's why people are saying Blue's appearance allegedly involved much more than simply buying a ticket. Critics believe Beyoncé used her influence and industry power to help create an exception specifically for her daughter. Rumors are even spreading about a supposed new parental accompaniment loophole quietly introduced this year, with fans jokingly calling it the Blue Ivy Clause, because many feel it was conveniently designed to make Blue's attendance possible despite the age restriction. With Beyoncé serving as one of the Met Gala co-chairs this year, many people feel like the normal rules simply didn't apply to the Carters. In the fashion world, being a co-chair is basically like running the entire event. So critics are now wondering whether Beyoncé used that power to make sure Blue Ivy's debut happened no matter what. And once Blue stepped onto that carpet, the conversation instantly shifted from excitement to controversy. While some fans praised her elegance, others argued that the look was far too mature for a 14-year-old. Social media exploded with debates over Blue's off-the-shoulder Balenciaga gown, dark shades, and ultra-polished appearance, with critics saying she looked less like a teenager and more like a corporate executive in training. To some viewers, it felt uncomfortable watching such a young girl styled with such an intensely adult image. And according to critics, this wasn't even the first time concerns were raised. People brought up Blue's appearance during the Mufasa premiere, where she also faced backlash for wearing what many considered an overly mature outfit for a child her age. At the time, Beyoncé and Jay-Z were accused of presenting Blue as far older than she actually is, especially with the makeup, strapless gowns, and glamorous styling choices. The biggest concern people keep repeating is that just because Blue can successfully pull off these sophisticated looks doesn't mean she's emotionally prepared to carry the pressure and expectations that come with being viewed as an adult celebrity. Some critics even argue that constantly rewarding her for appearing grown could send dangerous messages about beauty, validation, and public approval at such a young age. And online, some people went as far as accusing the Carters of using Blue as part of their public image strategy, saying the entire situation felt exploitative. Others pointed out that despite Blue's confident poses and carefully rehearsed red carpet presence, there were still moments where she seemed visibly nervous. Fans noticed her repeatedly adjusting her jacket and fidgeting throughout the event, which many interpreted as signs that she was still just a kid trying to survive an overwhelming environment filled with cameras, celebrities, and non-stop scrutiny. Then came the moment that really got the internet talking, the sunglasses drama. During the red carpet, multiple people were reportedly encouraging Blue to remove her shades for photos, but she kept refusing. Instead of taking them off, she simply adjusted them and carried on. Viewers quickly noticed Beyoncé's publicist, Yvette, appearing to gesture toward Blue several times while seemingly asking her to remove the glasses. Stylist Ty Hunter allegedly stepped in too, and eventually Jay-Z also appeared to make the request, but Blue reportedly stayed firm. What really caught people's attention, though, was Beyoncé's reaction. Critics questioned why she appeared so detached while everyone around Blue seemed focused on controlling the moment. Some fans even sympathized with Blue, suggesting the sunglasses may have been her only sense of protection in a room full of flashing lights, powerful industry figures, and non-stop attention. And that's when the conversation became even bigger. Many people started asking whether Blue Ivy is genuinely choosing the spotlight, or whether she's slowly being molded into the next extension of the Carter empire before she's even old enough to drive. According to critics online, bringing Blue to the Met Gala guaranteed that the Carters would dominate headlines no matter what else happened at the event. Some even called it the ultimate PR distraction, arguing that public outrage over a teenager attending the Met conveniently kept attention away from Beyoncé's own silence and carefully controlled public image. What made the rumors even more explosive was the claim that Matthew Knowles allegedly disapproves of how quickly Blue is being pushed into the spotlight. And yes, people immediately called out the irony because Matthew himself became infamous for his intense management style during Destiny's Child's rise to fame. Many still remember stories about his strict discipline, relentless rehearsals, and win-at-all-costs mentality. Critics pointed out that he had Beyoncé and the group working tirelessly from a very young age, often under enormous pressure because the family's financial future depended on their success. Former Destiny's Child member Latavia Roberson once described how harsh his criticism could be, revealing that Kelly Rowland was especially sensitive and would sometimes cry privately after rehearsals. Michelle Williams also later opened up about struggling with depression during her time in the group, recalling how her concerns allegedly weren't taken seriously because the focus remained on touring, contracts, and maintaining momentum. People also haven't forgotten that Destiny's Child toured alongside adult acts while still teenagers themselves, which is why many now view Matthew's alleged criticism of Blue Ivy as deeply hypocritical. He openly admitted in the past that he focused heavily on building a powerful brand, not just producing hit songs, which is exactly what critics claim Beyoncé is now doing with Blue. However, insiders allegedly say Matthew views the situation differently because he believes success should come through years of grinding, training, and earning industry respect step by step. According to rumors, he supposedly feels Blue is being rushed straight to elite status before developing her own identity or artistic foundation. Matthew famously trained Destiny's Child with boot camp level discipline, making them sing while running long distances to strengthen their stamina, and some believe he now sees Blue's rapid rise as more about preserving the Carter dynasty than nurturing a future artist naturally. Others believe Matthew's concerns may come from witnessing the darker side of fame firsthand. Some speculate he fears Blue is being introduced to intense public scrutiny too early and could eventually burn out under the pressure of carrying one of the most famous family legacies in entertainment. While Tina Knowles publicly praises Blue's confidence and elegance, Rumors claim Matthew privately worries that Beyoncé is turning her daughter into a polished global product long before she has the emotional maturity to fully understand what that means. And honestly, it raises a lot of uncomfortable questions. Was Blue Ivy's Met Gala appearance truly a sweet coming-of-age milestone, or was it a carefully calculated branding move designed to keep the Carter dynasty at the center of pop culture? Is Beyoncé simply opening doors for her daughter as a proud mother, or are critics right when they say she's willing to bend every rule possible to maintain cultural dominance? And most importantly, is Blue Ivy genuinely choosing this life for herself, or is she growing up in a world where the family name matters more than having a normal childhood? Baby, the internet is divided, and people definitely have a lot to say about it.